Reach, receive, disciple, and send. This is the mission of Christ Church United Methodist. We're going to be continuing our Growing as Disciples series by just looking at growing. I'm sending this video to you from my car today because I don't know about you, but my life has always involved vehicles. Whether I was being transported in the back or whether I was the one driving, I have always had the mindset that a car represents a journey. Every time I get into a car, there's a starting point and a finishing point, and there's a journey in between. What I've also realized is that I don't always know where we're going, especially when I was younger and in that back seat. Even now, when I'm driving, sometimes I don't know where I'm going. I might know the destination, but I have no clue how to get there. And so oftentimes I have to open up and look for guidance. And so what I wanted to talk about each one of you today is growing. I wanted to talk how growing is very much like a journey that you might experience in a car or any other form of travel. There are moments in which you might know where you want to be and where you want to go, and others where you don't. I was thinking that, no 8-year-old knows what a 16-year-old is like. No 16-year-old knows what it is to be a 32-year-old. No 32-year-old knows what it's like to be a 64-year-old. We just don't know. But we do know that we get there one day at a time. And journeys are just like that. So I wanted to take us all on a journey of growing. A journey of what it might look like to grow differently. Because if we don't know what's coming, for some it can be an adventure. For others, it can be quite terrifying. We can ask God to either be a guide for our journey to help us along the way, or a partner in the great adventure. Each day can be different. And so I just wanted you to stop and think for today, just for today. Have you asked God to be a guide or a partner? Have you asked God to help with whatever you're about to face? Have you spoken with God and said, Lord, I need guidance, or I need strength, or, I need forgiveness because I have heavy bags that are weighing me down and keeping me from moving to the next step of my journey? Whatever you have, wherever you are, I invite you to follow along in this series with us as we look at other great men and women of faith that have had to grow. We're going to look at Jesus. We're going to look at Moses. We're going to look at Elijah and Jeremiah and Elisha. We're going to look at Mary, the mother of Jesus. We're going to look at several key people in the Bible, but also going to look at people today and how those stories might help their stories, and how the stories of today might help each and every one of us continue to grow. And so I leave you now with a prayer. It is called the Wesleyan Prayer. And what I'll do is I will link to you where we can find that prayer. And I will put it in the text of the video as well as in our Remind group. So I just invite you all now, as this video closes, to read this prayer together in your own homes every day. It helps us to grow into a people of God. For we are a people, a community of faith, hope, and love, serving as the hands of Christ.